Hi guys, I'm Aussie and welcome to episode 105 of the First Star Challenge with Everton, and today we have a huge episode. We have the first leg of our Champions League quarter-final, and we go to Anfield in the derby. So, two huge games, but first of all, we've got to find out who we're playing in the quarter-final, and we have the UEFA Champions League quarter-final draw, obviously. Let's have a look who we can get here. Behind my head, we have Atletico Madrid, Chelsea, Inter, and Man United, and obviously Bayer Leverkusen, Liverpool, and Paris. Now, I think Bayer Leverkusen would appear to be the dream draw there, or Atletico Madrid. Inter we take as well. We've already beaten one Milan team. Why not do the double? Let's have a look here. Let's see who we get. As ever, I'd like to avoid the English teams if I can. I just find it a little bit boring to play domestic teams. Inter, this would be the dream. Away from home first leg as well. Almost as good as we could have got. Now, I did sort of over-celebrate AC Milan. And as we saw last episode, they took us very deep, all the way to penalties, as a matter of fact. Paris and Liverpool is probably a good draw for us as well. Yeah, so that's not too bad. Inter Milan it is in the quarter-final for us. So that's what we'll be seeing in just a second. But before we get to that, let's have a look at how we've been going, starting with our game against Middlesbrough. Eder Militao got us underway with a quality free kick in the second minute. Schweinsteiger and Luis Gustavo combined for the German to slot home our second goal, before Militao increased his level of difficulty with the same result. On a hat-trick, Militao resisted a shot and instead played a stunning ball for Rafinha. Rafinha then turned provider, though Havertz needed a second attempt to score our fifth. The Borough keeper was perhaps punch-drunk, which might explain how Richarlison netted our sixth. Now this was a great performance. 6-0. We finally found our scoring boots. Militao with a double, Schweinsteiger, Rafinha, Havertz and Richarlison with the other goals. We absolutely played them off the park. Possession was 50-50. I don't know what they were doing with theirs because they did not, that's really, what's the word I'm looking for here? They did nothing, basically. Our defence basically had nothing to do. They were attacking players and nothing more. Next up, we went to West Brom. Rafinha opened the scoring with a goal of the season contender, before Sergio Gomez calmly added a second from the penalty spot. Another really good performance this one. We controlled the game. It says that the match stats say it looked relatively even, but didn't really have much in terms of highlights, but Lafont did play well, so it's difficult to know, I guess. Just going off what I saw in the highlights, though, we definitely were the stronger team. Rafinha and Gomez with the goals. 3 more points in the bag. And finally, we hosted Wolves. After a disappointing first half, we fell behind just after half-time to a curling effort, but Bouvier refused to go down to defeat and smashed home a late equaliser. So this was really disappointing. We did rotate heavily. You can see the team lineup there. We have 3 big games coming up in a row, so I was trying to rest sort of with the more key players, but we just didn't work. I mean, it's a stunning effort from Bouvier to draw us level. It was a decent effort for them to take the lead, to be fair. It was an even game. I felt we probably shaded it, but yeah, unfortunately, the squad team just couldn't get the job done for us on this occasion. We have a look here. This is the reason why we did rotate, though. We have Inter away, Liverpool away this episode, and then we have Inter again in the second leg of the quarterfinals. So I did want to make sure, especially for these first 2 games, hopefully we can put the tie more or less to bed, and then obviously with Liverpool as well. So I think that may well prove to be 2 points worth dropping, and the reason being for that as well is we do have a little bit of a gap over Liverpool. Their recent results, they've lost to Arsenal, and they drew Leicester recently as well, which I think that may have been during last episode. So we do have a nice little gap there. Even if they win that game in hand, 79 points, if they were to then beat us, they would go to 82. We still have a 2-point buffer. So yeah, not ideal to drop points to Wolves, but I think everything else being even, it should be worthy of doing. Now let's have a look at what we're expecting here from Inter. We can see here we are the favourites despite being away from home. Now let's have a look here. Their coach is Hiako Hilaric, however you say that. That's a flashback. He used to play for Dortmund, I'm pretty sure, back in sort of what would it be, late 90s, early 2000 football managers. I think he might have been a striker or a left back. One of the two. It's basically the same position, isn't it? But there we go. But they're an adventurous, standard playing style. And if we have a look at what we're expecting from them here, I'm not completely convinced this is how they're going to line up against us, but if they do, that's fantastic. We can see there they're quite spread out, but a long way up the pitch. Passing network there, as well as their key passes. Let's have a look at the team that we're sending out, and we are going pretty much full strength. Now, just a reminder that Stark got himself suspended for the first leg, so he's out of it for this one. But it's Lafont in goal, it's Timon, Stuart Taylor, Luis Felipe and Milo as a back four, Zamora and Canente in midfield, Rafinha, Havertz and Lookman with, it should be Rafinha. Not Rafinha, Richarlison. Yeah, we will go with Richarlison. And then Schweinsteiger up top. Lookman's been complaining about first-team football, which is why he's in the team. But I think for the Champions League, we've got to go with what is probably our best team. And that is definitely Richarlison, isn't it? So what do we want to say here? I think just some calm. We have faith. Keep this run going, boys. We're doing okay in Europe. We did kind of struggle a little bit in the last round. But, yeah, we should be able to do this. Champions League anthem ringing out, of course. Yeah, then we did get our youth intake. There was one decent striker that came through. The rest was not too much. If I think of it, I'll show you. But it really wasn't much. And it's annoying that we keep getting young strikers. We have young strikers. You know, we don't need strikers coming through the club, but apparently that's what Everton's producing. So, yeah, I wouldn't mind yourself some young fullbacks coming through. Would be nice, or some wingers perhaps. We've only really ever had Gabe Wilson come through as a winger. Here we go with Luis Felipe. What can he do? Oh, what is that? What, mate? What team are you playing for here? I know he used to play in Italy, but he didn't play. He played for Lazio, so I don't know why he's playing fast passing to Inter players. This is a little bit of danger for us, and it's 1-0. We've gone behind, and I don't know what Luis Felipe was thinking there. That was an absolute brain fart, wasn't it? I don't know what he's thinking, and it has cost us. We don't need to see it again. So problems. I mean, it is kind of about away goals here, but yeah, I'm a little bit worried here because now we're 2-0 down, and what is going on, boys? What is going on? Alright, we're going to change things here a little bit. Let's try that. And it's been a counter-attack in a corner. So it's not as if we're being outplayed, you know, on the field, but, or sort of in general play, I should say. But that is that offside there, perhaps, referee? Is it worth a look on VAR? Maybe not. No? Okay. Let's give it a show some passion. And, boys, we need to wake up here, please. Let's maybe look to exploit the flanks. We hadn't been doing that, so we'll try that now. Just because they were so spread out, I thought maybe, you know, we might get some love through the middle, but that doesn't appear to be the case. And the team talk here is a simple one. What the hell, boys? Aggressive, what the hell? Can we pull something back before half-time? Richarlison, in for Havertz. Havertz, he goes over there for Milo. I think he's going to get to that. Good ball into the box. It's there. It's Richarlison. It's down for... Oh, we've got one back through Schweinsteiger. An away goal as well. And suddenly, the skies look a little bit bluer, don't they? Because at 2-1 with that away goal, it's, you know, the tie's back in the balance. So there we go. Good ball in from Milo. Headed down from Richarlison. And just kind of forced over, wasn't it, by Schweinsteiger. It wasn't a classic goal. We won't be seeing it again in any highlights reels, but... they got the job done. They don't draw pictures on the scoreboard, do they? They just added one next to Everton's name. So we'll take that. We were truly horrible, but we've given ourselves half a chance there. So aggressive, I expect to see much, much better second half. We'll just send them back out. Hopefully ears ringing, and hopefully we've learned a lesson, and we're going to, you know, sort of get away with it a little bit here. Here we go again. Can we win this ball? Not off the throat. Bit of a loose pass there, but we were kind of retreating and we didn't make the most of it. I did consider going with a DM in this one, but again, I thought away from home, let's look for away goals. Can we get to that? We can. Zamora's there. Havertz goes early for Richarlison. Can he go early? Again, no. You know what we might look to do? They were playing high up the pitch. Let's maybe look to pass into space as well. See if we can get in behind them. If they want to play a high line, that's fine. We'll try and exploit that. Here goes Rossi again. He looks like quite the player, doesn't he? Good cross. I'm not quite sure what we're doing defending out there. And it's 3-1. Mauro Icardi. And it's just straight after half-time. There is a ringing, but obviously not that they're just sulking a little bit here. Yeah, I don't want to see that again. Yes, we'll continue with the change. This Rossi character, what's he like? Yeah, he's not too bad. Is he? Not the best. Not too bad, though. Come on, boys. Show some passion here. And is it time to make some changes? I'm going to almost say yes, it is, because it's not going well, boys. It's not going well. All right. We're going to take off Zamora, who's had an absolute nightmare. We'll leave Canente on for now. Kai Havertz, off you go, mate. You're rubbish. And Milo's having a bit of a dodgy game as well. He's on a booking. All right, so let's bring Militao on for him. 3 subs. Let's hope that they make the difference here. Something has to change, doesn't it? Because we've not been good enough so far. I mean, Canente not playing well, that is, you know, sort of the heartbeat of our team, both him and Zamora. With neither of them are directing play in there, then, we're struggling a little bit. Militao's done well there. Rafinha's got himself a little bit of space. He's done well again. Just force of will there's got him past his man. Can he get a look Wally on the end? It's Richarlison! And it is saved by the goalkeeper. Can we do something from the corner here? We don't have Nick Stark, who's sort of the main weapon from corners. Do we have somebody else in there? Not really. It's picked up by Rafinha, and that ends the highlights. We have improved slightly since the subs, but Taimon and Canente are still just not at the races today. We don't have any more subs to make, so we can't really change anything else. Let's maybe give it a get stuck in here. Can we try and get another goal back? Let's try playing a little bit more width as well. At 3-1, there's work to do at Goodison, isn't there? So, 2-0 win, it does kind of sound doable. We've got a minute or so to go here. This is proper highlight. Richarlison knocks it down. Schweinsteiger's there. Is he offside? Is he offside? Is he offside? Somebody told me it's a goal. Somebody told me. I think it's been given. It has been given. And we've given ourselves a lifeline in stoppage time. And at 3-2, suddenly, it looks very, very doable at Goodison. Richarlison again, knocking it down for Schweinsteiger. Richarlison, the target man winger, apparently. And we might just about have got ourselves out of a little bit of trouble here. We have not been good in Europe this year, have we? We've really, really struggled at times. That's gone out. That'll be full time. And I tell you what, I've never been more happy with a 3-2 loss, I don't think. We didn't even deserve that much. Look at that. We've been thoroughly outplayed. We were truly horrible. And if we're that bad against Liverpool, we are in some serious, serious trouble. So there we go. We lose out, but I tell you what, that almost feels like a win, that late goal, doesn't it? That might just save our bacon. Anyway, guys, wait right there. We're off to Anfield next. It's a derby that could decide the league. Okay, welcome back. We're about to play Liverpool. Now, if we can see here the title run in, it's actually really important, I think, that we don't, especially we don't lose this game. Because if you look at our run in, we've got Swansea at home. You'd expect us to win that. Really tough games away to both the North London clubs, Arsenal and Spurs. And then we host City, of course, who's the only team that's beaten us in the last 4 years. So that's not going to be easy. But Liverpool, by comparison, they have City at home. But otherwise, that looks relatively soft. So, if we don't want to put any undue pressure on ourselves by losing this game and making it... That points could turn around very, very quickly here. Now, the other thing I did want to quickly show you is the new youth players. I think it was Ash Lancaster here as another striker. It was Geordie Dixon. Was he this year or last year? He may have been this year. He's a decent enough centre-back, actually. But then the rest of them are all there from last year. So it's not the best. But strikers and centre-backs, we have those coming out the wazoo. We really don't need more of them. But, I guess we'll take what we get. You don't get to choose, do you? Let's have a look at what we're expecting here. Liverpool are the favourites. We have a decent enough record against them lately, though overall they do still have the better of us. We look at what we're expecting here. Still a Jurgen Klopp coach team, attacking direct. We know roughly what we get from them, don't we? We can see the way they played against Arsenal, and they did lose against Arsenal last time out. Now, they did play the Champions League the same time we were playing. They won 1-0 in Paris, so they are in decent form themselves. Let's have a look at the team we're sending out. We're changing things up just a little bit, just to be a little bit more cautious here. But it's pretty much the strongest team we can put out, I think. So Lafont goes in goal. Taimon, Stark, Felipe in Milo. Eder Militao goes in the DM role there. It's Canente and Zamora in midfield. It's Rafinha and Lookman down the wings. It's Schweinsteiger up top. Let's hope that's a winning team. Of course, without really putting the Champions League to bed, I've still got to have half an eye on that game as well. So that's why some players perhaps aren't playing this one you might have expected. What do we say? Just a calm go out there and impress me, boys. Some calm, we have faith. We don't want to amp them up too much here. We just got to go out there, just play our game. Alright, and here we go. Now, of course, when we played them at Goodison earlier this year, we beat them 4-0. Now, they went down to 9 men. They were playing, I don't know what they were playing, kickboxing, I think, for some of the game. But, it's not going to, and it wasn't that easy of a game in any case, even though it was 4-0 in the end. But yeah, I think here, we need to do a lot better than we did against Inter Milan. We can't afford to make silly mistakes like we did against them. When you look back on that Inter Milan game, as I said, 2 of the goals, one was a mistake, and just a missed pass from Felipe. You wouldn't expect him to do that again, and a counter-attack as well. So it's not as though we got completely outplayed. So maybe there are signs there that we can put in a much better performance at home and see them off. So I don't think we can play that bad again, but I said that against AC Milan, didn't I? You know, we only just snuck through that one. So, time will tell. Let's not stuff around with this too much here, please, boys. Here we go with Canente, moving forward now. Out there for Milo. What's he going to do? Just exchanging passes. I fear a little bit of a misplaced pass here. They are putting a little bit of pressure on us. Stark, get rid, mate. There we go. Thank you. It's over the top there for Schweinsteiger to chase. It's going to be picked up by Lookman. Now, Lookman can get a goal from... We've seen that. Oh, it's a misplaced pass. And are we going to find ourselves again at the end of a mistake, costing us a goal? Jordan Sancho. Oh, it's taken a deflection. And that is... It's just not our day, is it? What can you do when that's going in against you? I mean, it was a misplaced pass. At least it was in an attacking position. We'd done okay. We'd more or less held them up. Sancho comes in and it's just unlucky, isn't it? It's off Nick Stark. I mean, any other day that the defender was straight on. He wasn't in a bad position. Any other day that just deflects it off harmlessly to the side. And yeah, it's just gone the wrong side for us. Let's give it a get creative here. And have we come to the big games after more or less cruising through that Wolverhampton 2 points? Should I have just played a strong team in that? And, you know, if we're going to drop 2 points, well, 3 points here anyway. All right, it's got to be, it's got to be aggressive. We're not playing well, boys. You're letting yourselves down. Milo's on a booking again. He's looking aggressive. Just calm down, man. Calm down. We don't need you getting sent off. Rafinha's looking nervous. We'll give it a little bit of time here. We might need to look to go to... Let's try passing into space and let's take it off, exploit the flanks. We might need to look to go to a number 10. We do have Vladic, I think, is on the bench. Yeah. So we do have the option to do that. Which is something we will obviously need to look at. The attacking play in this episode has just not been there for us. It's headed down. Get that away, please, boys. It's a lungy tackle facing the wrong way to do that, really, too. So it just can end up being a through ball. Can we win that, please, boys? Come on. Come on. Let's let them misplace a pass so we can go the other. And there we go. They've done just that. Canente pounces. Milo for Rafinha. Militao. They're putting pressure on us, aren't they? That's why we need to go over the top, boys. Maybe we need to up the tempo a little bit as well. Here goes Rafinha now. Can we do a little bit of quality, please, boys? We're going to lose the ball here, aren't we? We don't look like we know what to do with it when we've got it. There we go. This is a little bit better. Milo, good ball in there for Lookman! Lookman makes it 1-1. And finally, we put something together that looked a little bit like football. We passed to each other. We didn't get the pass intercepted. And excellent job. Let's tell them to concentrate. It was actually quite nicely done in the end, wasn't it? We did play around their press. It's a cracking ball in, and Lookman could barely miss from there, could he? A really, really good cross from Milo. Excellent, excellent stuff. And we've tied her up early in the second half. And is that just what we needed to get ourselves going? And Milo's injured. We do have Kenny on the bench, although I'm wondering... Yeah, we'll have to bring Kenny on, because if we put Militao out there, we won't be able to keep the DM. So we're going to have to go with Kenny on that one. Hopefully it's not too serious for Milo, because he's been an absolutely stunning player for us this year. Hey, he hasn't had a good episode, granted, although we saw him put in a good cross there. But he has generally been really, really good for us. He's being linked with English Footballer of the Year, sort of in the press in between games. So that tells you roughly how good he's been for us. Rafinha's just not having a good game. Now, we know that Vladic can play out there. We don't tend to use him in a wide area, but he's right-footed. He's got good dribbling. We're going to put him out there for this one. And Zamora, yet again, is having a poor game. So let's take him off and let's bring on Davies and let's maybe switch those two around. And that'll be our 3 subs. Let's hope for no injuries from here. Come on, boys. Defend this. Oh, we're horrible. That was horrible. Was it offside? No, it's been given. And that is just absolutely criminal. Absolutely criminal. We didn't even look like marking. Now, is that the subs that we've just made? But look at that. They've got 4 men over. That is... What are you all doing? And now we need to go again. Taimon's not had a good episode either, has he? He's having another poor game. Let's give it a push forwards. What can we do to change things here? Let's up the tempo. Let's maybe take it off, work the ball into the box, play with a bit more width. We'll try counter-pressing. We'll try getting stuck in. Let's try that as well. Just try and make it difficult for him. Try and win the ball back in midfield. It's not looking as though, can we win that? Taimon does win that. Can Militao do something? I mean, it's getting to desperation points. There's 6 minutes of stoppage time, so there is time here. But yet again, it's both games this episode, we haven't played as well as we know we can. That's a good effort, and it's saved by Lafont. What a save that is. Maybe just robbed goal of the season there as well, though Vlagic's got a really good one for us, didn't he, earlier this year? Alright, boys, concentrate from the set piece, please. Lafont's punched it clear. It's still not fully cleared, though, and that is deflected behind. Is it for a corner? Yes, it is. I mean, we're going to have to do some work on defending set pieces. We haven't looked bad from set pieces, but it's just come back to haunt us at the wrong time here. Still a long time to go. A lot of stoppage time here. Come on, boys, show some passion. Is there something? Militao, he's been in good form. Militao! Oh, it's on target. Davies is there. Is he offside? It's hacked behind. It's a free kick. He is offside. And that is probably going to be that. And that is not a good result for us, given the run-in that we have. I mean, it's a second loss this season, having gone so long without one. But, I mean, you don't do seasons undefeated all the time. That's why it's such a big achievement, isn't it? But, yeah, I'm really regretting those 2 points now against Wolves. How I would love to have those back. Oh, look at that from the Militao strike. So close. And that's off the wall. Can we go up the other end? No, it doesn't look like we can. We're 30 seconds over, so it's only a matter of time here. And again, it's that stupid set-piece goal we've conceded. And that has not gone well. That has not gone well. We'll say unlucky, because I want to try and build a bit of confidence back here, but that was poor. We pretty much scored from our only highlight. Milo is not too bad, so that's fine. But suddenly, we've lost back-to-back games. We haven't won in 3. We have a massive Champions League tie coming up next, and then we've got a really, really bad run-in, to be honest, to the end of the season. So, yeah, things are looking like we need a team meeting, I think. We need something to try and boost ourselves back. We had a really good March, but, February and April haven't got off to a good start either. So, anyway, guys, that's it for today. If you have enjoyed that for some reason, do make sure you hit thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new, and we'll be back on Friday for... We're going to try and rescue another tie in the Champions League against a club from Milan. And then we've got what should be a comfortable win at home to Swansea. But the way we're going, you just never know. Until then, guys, I've been Aussie, and thank you so much for watching. Take care.